Also, you should probably introduce your project.
Yes, I will.
That's true.
Hello, my name is Cheese, and I eat steel wool. And we're playing Castlevania Darn the Sorrow. I'm doing
That's how you're going to open it?
Sure,
Alright.
why not? I also have these two. You should introduce yourself too.
I'm August/UltraX. I do live streams, and I'm a giant dumbass.
I am Buckshot24. I play a lot of games and tend to be the enemy for good luck.
That sounds about right. And dear God, I forgot. Right, DS. It's compressed anime to hell.
Yep.
Because
Castlevania was in its second anime phase.
Castlevania anime of compression.
seriously. Hey, and as far as us knowing experiences, I've played the first game. I've not played this one. Well, I've tried to.
I play Metroidvanias, but I've not played much Castlevanias.
So you probably don't know most of these people.
I recognize Soma.
We'll be meeting the rest of them shortly.
Which is one thing I don't like, and I think I'm kind of in a similar boat with a lot of people, is I don't like the art style of the DS games. It kind of removed a lot of the gothic horror look to the series.
Yeah, so we'll just start this new file and get right into it. It's my name.
Oh, aren't you fancy with your penmanship?
Very fancy, yes. And I will be fancy with my gameplay throughout, because this is going to be a no-damage run.
Ever since the solar eclipse of 2035, my life has never been the same, as I realized that I, Super Cruise, and the Rebirth of Drek— SPOILERS, asshole!
Well,
It is a
you kind of have to know it.
It's still one of those things where it's like, oh, I played this game. It's like, yeah, it's one of those minute things that I'll only complain about is when sequels just straight up go, oh yeah, this thing that was a big reveal in the last game is now just bunk.
By the way, treasure this because it's the only time you'll see Soma smile in the entire game.
That sounds about right.
Soma is normally fairly serious, I would think.
I mean, when you're Rebirth of Dracula, it kind of would have to be. Either
Yes,
that your green eggs are hamming it.
Well, you're the Rebirth of Dracula, and people are bothering you over it.
How would that be public knowledge? There was only like 3 assholes. 4.
Oh, it's not, but this woman knows. She knows her name.
Celia. I'm gonna be reading that
You
as
may
Celica.
not call me Celia for long.
I also definitely read that as Fortuner and not Fortner.
Soon I shall not have a name.
And it's a skeleton bomb.
She's actually summoning skeletons in the middle of the city.
You know, that won't be dangerous. Also, that skeleton is still from Rondo. I think it's a Rondo skeleton.
Oh yeah, they like their older sprites in this game.
To be fair, the Rondo sprites are gorgeous, but you can tell they're old because they came from, what, 96?
A knife.
I actually didn't... Oh yeah, gotta actually have the right things. We got a soul! Again. Red
Alright,
souls can be used like that.
Bullets.
Blue souls, you can hold down a weapon. Or hold down a button.
Hold on. Bullets are your traditional, sub-weapons-ish. Ours are pretty much just your bigger moves, and then...
And then the yellow souls, which are passives. All 3 types of souls, right there.
Way better
Tutorial
than the
done.
first game. Yes, the first game took you forever to get your blue and yellow.
Yep. The first game... like, this game actually... like, some good ideas to it. It's not
Swearing
perfect.
in a Castlevania game. Someone said damn.
Oh no, Soma swore. He really is Dracula.
And also, pretty much, I can tell from the bridging of this plot, shit happened last time, and now shit wasn't happening, so you lost your shit.
That tends to be how it goes.
They had to explain...
The power loss.
They had to justify going back to level 1 and all that.
I actually don't mind the explanation, though, of like, yeah, because you weren't in danger, you just didn't have your powers. I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah, for once it works.
I don't imagine Dracula chucking us fireballs doing his 9 to 5. Granted, typically when Jack would have a 9 to 5, he's dead.
I need to learn how to summon a werewolf in order to Like, get through gym class, yes.
I was more thinking 9 to 5 as like an office job.
He's a high school student.
I still don't buy Soma as a high school student. I see him as more college. Hey, it's Hammer. Is he has his theme from his previous game?
No, he's got a way worse theme.
Oh, but his theme was actually really good.
This game did Hammer so dirty. I feel bad for him.
Elliot, I'm trying to readjust my speakers real quick. I don't hear
look
any
at
audio
him.
at all. Oh god, what did they do? Also, I don't think this is the right way to say it. I think they kind of whitewashed him. He looks a lot paler than I imagined him in the older sprites.
He's anime now.
Yeah, which, again, I much prefer the older
That's
art
the-
style. It was much more painted.
That's
and
the way to
cool
put it.
I was guys, isn't everyone anime now? Isn't that the point?
This game has way less of a handle on all of its characters than Aria of Sorrow did, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I probably different. Let me look that up, because I'm gonna guess immediately different writer staff.
Anyway, here we are. We actually got gameplay now. We can do a super attack by pressing a button and it wastes a ton of mana, and it's not really that useful, but it's good to know. And here we go. We're entering the Lost Village. I like this place actually. Like,
It's not lost if it's right fucking here.
oh, it's lost because it's lost because they built their castle right next to it and drove out all the people. But it's still a village and has
I thought it was
houses
gonna
and
because
stuff.
there's a lot of lost souls here.
Also, I was wrong. Both are Koji Igarashi. Never mind. Oh, no, actually, no, I'm wrong. No. Writer Koji Igarashi and producer. Different directors, I believe. Yeah. Junichi Murakami for Aria, whereas it's Satoshi Kushibuchi? I think it's been a while since I've done Japanese. I'm sorry, Sensei.
It is sealed.
Yep. Oh no, we got
Second.
punched. We got pushed back by a door.
Save room.
For your saving reasons.
Also, because this is a no damage run and I'm very bad at the game, a lot of things took multiple tries, so it's not all one continuous take, obviously.
I mean, given it's a
Cannot
Metroidvania.
blame you.
I mean, how long is a typical run of Dawn? I doubt it's like under an hour compared to Super Metroid.
No. So now,
Then
yeah,
it's
we
one-
get to see the Armor Knight Soul in action. It's really freaking terrible. Like, spinning that spear is such a close range thing, does not do much damage, and really eats through your
NP, yeah,
Yeah.
like the boner souls. But I'm gonna keep calling it boner.
As soon as we get another blue soul, we're replacing that thing hard. Hey, we got a soul.
Can you eat dogs?
Ward.
Use fangs to tear up bones.
Eating dogs is later.
War.
For now, we get to like make a ghost eat things. It's actually like a lot of the souls that we can get up here are pretty darn good, especially for the start of the game.
You need something good at the start.
Yeah, the Warg soul in particular is like,
Oh,
It's-
what did they do to my boy my boy Jay?
yeah, anime.
He looks like his beard is eating his neck. He has no neck.
His face also looks wider from what I remember of him.
Yeah.
He's gotten a lot younger, at least.
The dude's also supposed to be like, what, 50?
Yep, he aged backwards.
God damn.
Anime can do that.
Yoko actually looks okay, but it's also because, chick. Chicks tend to anime gracefully.
Bye, Julius.
Also, bullshit, you're a Belmont, you shouldn't be able to do that. Cheater. Selfish. Says you, Yoko. I remember you being kind of a bitch back in Aria.
Yoko
So
did just
what?
kind of get dumped off here.
Belnades, that would do it. Belnades always got kind of fucked over in the Castlevania games. C3. When the Belmont option in that game was, Trevor.
She's very dejected at you not wanting to use that magic seal for practice.
Look, it's just drawing a V. I know how to draw a V.
V! Guess what?
So yeah, magic seals are gonna be a boss mechanic. No, they're gonna be a shoehorn DS mechanic that we'll see soon.
Yeah. I remember
But-
that when I was flashcarding this.
But for now, we're not at that yet. So, that Warg Soul, like, the main thing that's good about that is just its raw damage output. Not, like, the, range
who
is
put
great,
an
but look
escort
at that.
mission here?
I mean, Yoko can't actually be hurt, so it's fine, and also we're just heading
You think she
back.
would have the pokey stick of doom from her freaking
Hey!
ancestor?
We got the axe.
And I'm guessing it does what any good axe does: eat up.
Yep. Oh yeah, you also might have noticed. Yeah, the axe armor soul is actually super worth getting, if only for like
It's the axe.
every early game boss.
Yeah, it's the axe from old Castlevania. Of course, it's gonna be good.
Souls are random drops, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And some of them are rare random drops. We'll get to that.
I was going to say, how much grinding are we doing?
Only what's needed to complete the game. We'll still get to that, unfortunately. Boss time. So the magic seal that they're talking about doesn't actually come in until you've defeated the boss.
Yeah.
Now bosses are just standard stuff.
Out of the, because I have at least sampled each of them for the DS games, I remember this one kind of felt weird compared to its predecessors, but this is also the only direct sequel to the DS
Yeah,
games.
they don't make great use of its touchscreen stuff.
We'll say
Also,
like, the
look
one
at
thing I like
how
about the
good
DS
that
games,
axe
I
is
love the
against
stats
this.
menu.
The axe just gets multiple hits all the time.
Oh yes. So once the boss's health is done, you have to do a magic seal. If you fail, it gets like a quarter of its health back or something. I don't know. It's not.
Oh,
It's not
quarter?
that
I
bad,
thought
but I don't know, like 10%. It's not much. Also, my MP is just not recharging enough. There we go.
Yeah.
So draw it right, and the boss is dead. That's a finishing move. Hooray!
And boost.
It's a weird mechanic, but it's there, and I'm good enough at it, I guess. I never really had problems with it, so I don't
I
mind.
mean, there is a ROM hack I know that exists that just straight up removes the mechanic.
Using magic
and
seals
I
is a
can
piece
understand
of
that.
cake. Don't pay no attention to the fact that we failed that first one.
Well, yes, clearly not on purpose or anything.
You need to draw an acute angle, not an obtuse angle.
This thing is just
Pulsing.
don't mind this heart that's beating in the middle of this. There we go.
Castlevania.
I don't think that increases our stats any. It just restores our health. Also, one of the best blue souls in the game.
I mean, they gave
Just for mobility in general, it looks great.
Hell, I think in both
Yeah.
Aria and Dawn, you got it stupid early.
But this time it's like right there.
This one's required.
And very
it's not
helpful.
like a weird.
That is very
kinda
slow.
have
It's slow, but it's got range, like overhead range, and that makes it good.
Also 200.
Also, get ready for like every weapon. We're getting a lot of weapons.
You can now have the actual different options for starting up the game to see which one you actually like. Spears are okay.
Yeah, the game actually does something kind of unique with the weapons, as far as I know. In the like, well, one, it gives you a ton of them at the start, and two, it has like separate classes for weapons. So like, there's a specific class of swords, of knives, of overhead swords,
Yeah, because
of hammers.
they kind of did that again in Bloodstained. I'll probably end up thinking of Bloodstained. Well, Metroidvanias, that's the one I played recently, so I'm going to mention that one.
Yeah,
But
and
let's see.
of them, I find that like the overhead swords, the spears, and the punches are generally pretty good.
Makes sense.
Not so much the rest of them, especially because like Zombie Soul, because like the hammer here, look at this.
Yeah, it's stupid slow.
You actually have to hit something with the head of it. Like you can see, I'm actually missing that light. So like any close calls with the hammer aren't going to be close calls. You're going to get hit. So between that and the slow speed, no thanks.
Look out, that zombie has blue pants!
Oh no, it's wearing designer jeans.
Also, overly 3D background that would probably piss off any emulator.
Also, here's a
So
shop.
large 3D structures back there.
Yeah. Hammer does kind of have.
Oh man, they really did get Hammer really got done dirty in this one. On the one hand, he actually has an indoor shop now. On the downside, his theme is just...
On the other hand, this is his theme.
This sounds like a song for a freaking ballerina, not Manly Hammer.
I guess he's supposed to be creepy in this game? I don't know. It does not
kinda
work.
Doesn't really sound that creepy.
No,
We got a map.
not helping the fact I think he's like the only any semblance of someone who's not white guy in this game, I think. So
And brass knuckles.
You could have fooled me, honestly.
And
Oh yeah,
axe.
we're actually buying the brass knuckles because... Oh, I guess we're buying the axe just to show it off. Axes are like hammers,
except
so I won't be using them. The punch, on the
Yeah.
other hand, I will use.
I mean, if it's giving me anything like punching in Symphony of the Night, it's, the punching in that was actually stupid good.
Yeah, like, it has terrible range, which
Oh, you don't have
might
the
expect,
kicks.
but
It's fast.
Yeah.
like for the first part of the game especially, punching is really good.
Yeah. Guess they want.
Also, Yoko's here.
Hey.
So this whole shop thing that she's running is actually entirely new to Dawn of Sorrow, and gives you like a good use for duplicate souls
Oh yeah.
once we get to that.
Because I know in the an Aria there was weirdly a trading mechanic you could do in that game where you could trade your souls between copies. I guess they didn't want to bother with that in this game, so they did something different. I remember there being a trading menu.
In this game, you remember how I said like they separated the weapons into classes? In this game, you can fuse souls into your weapons to directly upgrade them to the next one in their class. So like, a great sword becomes a better great sword, a hammer becomes a better hammer.
Great sword becomes greater sword.
You need specific souls for it, and as a result, I kind of ignored this bit a lot of the time, and I think other people do too.
That
but
explains.
it's actually really good, and the only way to get most of the fancier weapons in the game. So I try to pay more attention to it here.
That would explain one of the actually a couple mechanics in what was it, Bloodstained, because Bloodstained had the alchemy system and the soul synthesis, where you could straight up upgrade your soul or your shards in that one.
So like, I only have one zombie soul, but I'm not likely to actually use it actively, so I can just spend it to improve my punching weapon. Now I have a cestus that I wouldn't have otherwise.
Ew. But yeah, I guess this would be like the precursor to the systems they would have done in Bloodstained, which are just better versions of these.
Yeah. As you upgrade them, like, usually at the very least, they'll get a little bit more range and a little bit more power. Sometimes they get even better upgrades to them, like having elements attached to them. The holy element ones are really nice.
Yeah, because everything is unholy in this place. Of course the holy element will be the strongest one in the series.
So yeah, we're gonna try and make use to that as best as the game will allow us.
Falchion, bullshit. You're no Marth.
I mean, we will make the best use of it, except it's going to be in the next. Except it's going to be in the next part.
Yeah, the falchion is a level 2 sword. It's not good.